Oh, I'm shook. I'm shook. I'm emotionally shaken. Ah. All right. Slantinos, hope you're doing well. I just watched the new video from the Beatles of their song Now and Then. I just before that listened to the audio, and then there was the music video that just came out. And it reminded me of what music can do. What music can do is it can bring us together and it ascends and it hits right to the spirit, right to our souls. And yeah, this is a this is an incredible uh, little story behind this, and there's a lot of information. But really fast, I want to thank Brian of that '70s rock fan for letting me know about this. And we'll put a link to his channel. Got a great music channel. So this song has been in existence since I believe it's a John Lennon demo, either late '70s before his death, right? And Yoko had given it to McCartney, and the technology was that they couldn't improve, I believe, on the voice because it was connected to the piano playing. Well, technology is there, and with the lack of better word, help of AI, they were able to separate that. They being the director Peter Jackson and Weta in working with Paul McCartney, and so that's why the sound is so good. It's a good song. It's a really good song. It is a Beatles song. It's OG. So what McCartney has done over the last couple of years is work with Ringo, added older vocals, Beatle vocals, like kind of like background vocals of George McCartney and George Harrison, excuse me, and co-produced by George Martin's son. And they've delivered this incredible last song ever of the Beatles called Now and Then. And I just watched the video, the official music video, and it's so extraordinary. And this is purely extraordinary as a Beatle fan because you see older and younger iterations of each member of the band playing next to each other, like an old the now Ringo Starr playing with a younger version of Ringo Starr. The technology and the work on this, again, this is directed by Peter Jackson, is just absolutely incredible. I was it was like watching a freaking fantasy dream because it just started real simple, and then you're like, was that George Martin as an old man? Excuse me, George Harrison as an old man playing. How is he playing the song? He's passed away. It's been over 20 years. And there was like old footage of him playing. But he's seated next to current day Paul McCartney. And it's just wild. It's absolutely wild what technology can do nowadays. But I gotta tell you, it just evokes so much emotion in me and love and joy. And we have got to get back to that love and joy, and that's what great music does. I implore you guys to listen to this song and to watch the video. There's a 12-minute documentary that came out. I am going to check that out as well, but I just wanted to share my my thoughts. I was going to do a completely different video, but I'm like, why this spoke to me right now. And with so much you know garbage and hate and just vitriol from covering uh Hollywood and pop culture on both sides, that we need a mental and emotional break from it. And this is what this is a great palate cleanser. I mean, wow, what a feat! It's a feat because you're like it started off as an old demo tape that's decades old that Sean Lennon had the best copy of, and Sean gave it to McCartney. Wow, that's amazing. It reminds me, guys, and if you're gonna discover the Beatles for the first time, this is great for you guys. This is fantastic. But it reminds me of watching a movie by a filmmaker who has passed away 20 years ago. An album from an artist you've never heard of, and he's hasn't been with us in 20 years. That's what art does, man. It lives on. It marks the times of our culture, art, sport, um, poetics, music. So, yeah, besides being a huge Beatles fan, I'm just a huge fan of art and how it can just absolutely just ring us in all together at the same time in one take. And in whatever medium it is, even with comedy, with great comedy. So yeah, and speaking of that, you got to see the humor, the comedic side of not only the younger Beatles, right? You can see John playing around as if he's being the conductor of the current strings that you're hearing in the new song, but it's like, from him from the 60s, and it's just hilarious. But even the, present day McCartney kind of, playing tomfoolery with other iterations of himself. I love that. I absolutely love that. So, bravo to Peter Jackson, Paul McCartney, and thanks again, Brian, from that 70s rock fan. Um, that's what great music does, and it was a joy to share my thoughts with you guys here on Slant, and we'll see you soon. Go listen to it. Go listen to it now. Watch it. Let me know what y'all think. Bus.